So while we're still kind of sort of on like the beauty topic and skincare, I just want to ask Samantha, do you believe that beauty and confidence go together, or can you use confidence to create beauty? Like, what's your opinion on that?
If you don't have confidence, you can't really own your beauty without it.
That's
So
true.
Right on.
confidence really creates beauty for somebody.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't even matter what you look like. I mean, you can wear a plastic bag, and if you wear it like it's Versace, you can own it. You're beautiful.
Totally.
That's right. And I have a question for Megan. What do you think is the most important trait for that inner beauty? Which I'm sure there's a lot, but like for you, that one trait.
I think being open-minded.
I think being open-hearted. I think, just not judging other people and not judging yourself most of all. I think there's a lot of areas to it. Keeping your word, not taking anything personally. Even if there's a gun to your head, it's not about you. It's about the other person's fear, which is their anger.
Exactly.
Just keeping in a sort of impeccable sense of honor about yourself and what you say to yourself in your head. I have to do spiritual hygiene. Some of you maybe don't. Just like a skincare regime, I have to do yoga, I have to chant, and I have to do that stuff because if I don't, I will go nuts. Being a recovering addict, you have to do those things to get your dopamine flowing and your vasopressin and your oxytocin and all those things. And being in love or in like is really nice too, because that keeps you kind of fresh and vital.
Absolutely.
That's nice. But you're not going to get that unless you draw that out from your own, how you respect yourself.
I do have a question though. When are you going to do more film? I miss you on the big screen.
Well, I'm in movie star jail, so we'll see. Have you ever watched Entourage?
Yeah.
Okay. Entourage is really close to the bone. Entourage was pretty realistic, I have to say. And they actually used to film Entourage at my old house. And in Francis's room, there'd be agents walking around and then actors dressed as agents. And then there'd be, Turtle and E watching me do yoga in my ballroom. And I was like, okay, this is life imitating art, imitating life. But Entourage is pretty close to the bone. It just takes one brave director who recognizes my talents, and him or a producer, and or a really passionate agent, and or a really passionate manager going, but powerful, with a lot of juice, just going, I'm going to make this film with her and you can't stop me. Obviously, I wouldn't mess it up like I did last time because I said no to all these great things that I didn't understand the process. And, my first agent and me, although he's a great guy, we just didn't connect properly. So, I'd get an agent and just sort of stick with that particular agent, not run around these agents because they really hold grudges, man.
I really admire the fact that it's kind of like you are who you are and you just do what you want to do, and if it comes out appropriate and appropriate, it doesn't matter. You're just staying you. That's just how, what you have always been like.
No, I do try and come off appropriate now in the last couple years.
No. Can you teach us, how do you not give a crap, and how do you just go for it, and how do you just, stay yourself no matter what? Cause it's just I sometimes I struggle with that. I'm so self-conscious. Or,
you're I see, self-conscious.
How do you just own it, be like, yeah, bitch, I have arrived. This is who I am. I love that.
I think rock singing is really, really helpful because it's 99% nerves. The rest is 1% tone. I can just sit here and go, what? And I'm not self-conscious about it. It's like, no! Just, it doesn't bug me. It doesn't bug me. It might bug you, but it's like, I'm just not self-conscious about screaming things. I never have been. It's just important to give yourself kind of that ability to not care what other people think about you making a crazy face or you saying something really loudly and you dressing as crazy as you want to dress, or like what Samantha said about wearing a plastic bag. It's about confidence. Confidence is sexy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
we all want to be sexy.
Do you guys have any other questions?
I have a silly one. I want to know what your favorite shade of red lipstick is, or a particular brand you feel very connected to.
I think, Ruby Woo is okay. MAC, it's good. But I think Box from Ila Mosca is actually the best one. It has the most pigment. It's practically illegal. I think it's got number 4 red in it or something.
Nice.
I think you can get it at Sephora, Ila Mosca, but they have like 6 different red blues that are beautiful. I remember before any of you were born, there was Shiseido matte red, and we all wore it. It was like so hard to get. It was like this one Shiseido matte red that everyone would fight for, and if you had one, you forget it, it was going to get stolen. Yeah, I don't wear red very much because I'm just at that age where if I'm going to wear red, it needs to be a professional person all night touching me up. I wear like nude a lot. I wear like sort of styla kind of, stuff like this.
Yeah, so I'm going to open up for any last questions. Megan, maybe you have a question.
Yeah, I do. Well, I have a confession too. I pawned my guitars when I was using. I actually had a beautiful Fender Venus Seafoam Green, and I want to start playing again, and I wanted to know what kind of guitar you recommend. I really want a Fender Venus, though.
Oh, you mean an electric?
Yes.
That's well priced?
Yes.
There's a girl that makes these guitars called Daisy guitars, and she does rip-offs of Strats and stuff. They're pretty good. I mean, she took the Venus idea and she started with like the daisy shape, but now she does. I mean, the action's good on them. I love Rickenbackers. If you can get a Rickenbacker, get a Rickenbacker. I think a Rickenbacker is the ultimate cool girl's guitar. Like a Rickenbacker is the best. And the thing with Rickenbacker is they really don't give sponsorship, so I don't even think to Tom Petty. Like they don't. I thought it was a sexist thing. I'm like, come on! I've been playing Rickenbackers only for years, and they're just not budging. I think they're just very, very careful about how they make their guitars. I really love Rickenbacker. I mean, I love Gibson and Fender too, but I think a Rickenbacker is a great place to start. And then you sort of fall in love with it. And they're smaller. The necks are smaller for girls.
That's why I like the Venus.
Yeah. Well, I ripped the Rickenbacker neck off, so that's the thing with that. Is that really Barbara Streisand behind you? Is that a poster of Babs?
That is Barbara.
That is so hot.
I'm really not that gay, though. It's my roommate's. It's not mine.
Okay.
I'm not that gay.
Yeah, but there's an Evita next to it. Next to it is an Evita poster. Somebody's that gay. Somebody is that gay.
But no, I was just wondering, since we're like both in LA, when are we gonna do dinner?
I have no idea. I have no idea, Greg. I have no idea.
Yeah, you guys should be BFFs.
And it was really awesome talking to you, Samantha, Megan, and Evelina, and Greg, my love. It was great to talk to you.
Thanks so much, Courtney, for
Thanks,
answering all the questions.